Oma was a woman who built her life from the ground up. She once hawked bread on the streets of Lagos under the hot sun. Her hands were rough, her back sore, and her dreams seemed far away. But Oma was determined. She worked night and day, saving every kobo, learning how to sew, how to sell, and how to survive. Years passed. Oma became the proud owner of 3 booming fashion shops, 3 houses, and 2 cars. She wasn't rich by luck, she fought for it. At 35, she had everything except one thing: love. She had waited, focused on her goals. But now, the pressure was mounting. Her friends were married, her aunties whispered at family gatherings. "Time is going," they would say. And deep inside, her own heart started to panic. Then came Chuka. They met at a wedding. He was 40, handsome, with a charming smile and a soft voice. He said he was divorced. He said he wanted something real. And he said all the right things. For the first time in a long time, Oma allowed herself to feel seen. Chuka made her laugh. He prayed with her. He even said he wanted children. After just 6 months, he proposed. Oma hesitated, but the thought of motherhood and the fear of growing old alone made her say yes. Shortly after the wedding, Chuka's electronics business collapsed. Oma didn't complain. She gave him 3 million to restart. When rent became a struggle, she invited him to live in one of her houses. She took over the bills. She cooked. She cleaned. She paid his siblings' school fees. One evening after dinner, as they sat quietly in the living room, Chuka spoke again. "Please," he said softly, "teach me your fashion business. I want to learn. I want to be financially stable and take responsibility as a man." Oma looked at him with love and trust. She believed him. She gave him everything: her customer contacts, her tailors, and even capital to start his own shop. But soon, something strange began to happen. His shop wasn't just inspired by hers, it was copying it exactly. Chuka opened his own fashion store just a few streets from hers. He sold the same styles, but at cheaper prices. Slowly, Oma's loyal customers drifted to him. She confronted him once. He laughed. "It's all the same money, my love," he said. "We're one." But they weren't one. Her shop started losing money. She had to sell one to keep the others alive. She cried silently at night. Still, she stayed loyal. Then, Oma became pregnant. That was when Chuka brought up something that shook her. "Transfer your properties to my name," he said. "It will help us get loans specifically for your shop, and it will protect our son's future." At first, Oma said no, but Chuka pressed harder. "I'm your husband," he said. "Don't you trust me?" Those words pierced her heart. They made her feel guilty, like she was doubting her own marriage. And so she signed. Pregnancy wasn't easy. Then the sickness came. Nosebleeds, constant weakness, sharp stomach pain. She could barely get out of bed. At the hospital, doctors gave her terrible news. "You have severe liver damage from long-term food poisoning. You have less than 7 months to live." Oma was shattered. Who would want to poison her? Who could she trust? A quiet voice in her head whispered, "Check your home." She installed secret cameras in the kitchen. The footage made her blood run cold. Every evening, The housemaid, the same maid Chuka hired himself, was captured quietly tampering with Omar's food. She would look around carefully, then sprinkle a white powder into the soup before stirring it gently, as if nothing had happened. Omar felt her chest tighten. The sickness, the nosebleeds, the weakness, everything made sense now. But she didn't stop there. That same night, she searched the house carefully. What she found shattered her completely. Chuka had already sold one of her houses. He had borrowed huge amounts of money, using another house as collateral without her knowledge. That wasn't all. Hidden among his documents were marriage papers. Chuka was already married. Not recently, for years. He had a wife in another state, and they had twins together. The entire marriage was a setup. He never loved her. He came for her wealth and her life. Omar didn't scream. She didn't panic. Unknown to Chuka, she still had one bank account where most of her savings were kept in an account he never knew about. With the CCTV footage, the house documents, and the marriage papers, Omar contacted a lawyer immediately. The lawyer reviewed everything and acted fast. Chuka was served a lawsuit with all the evidence. The police were called. Chuka and the maid were arrested. At the police station, the maid broke down and confessed. She said Chuka had been paying her to poison Omar slowly, little by little, so it would look like pregnancy, sickness, or stress. He promised her money and protection. Omar listened in silence as the confession was recorded. The betrayal was deeper than she ever imagined. Omar didn't die. Doctors called it a miracle. Maybe it was strength. Maybe it was God. But she survived. She gave birth to a baby boy, her only light in that long tunnel of darkness. She named him Bright. She had lost shops, houses, and nearly her life. But Omar wasn't broken. She picked herself up. She started a small home-based tailoring business. Customers returned loyal ones who had heard her story and wanted to support her. Word spread, and she told herself, not everyone will marry in this life, and that's okay. I have my son, I have peace, and I survived. Omar now lives quietly, raising Bright with all the love in her heart. She doesn't rush. She doesn't chase. Her past is full of betrayal, but her future full of light. Because even in the darkest night, the brightest star still shines.